What is going on, traders? Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. So Tesla just might hit all-time highs soon. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why Tesla might see all-time highs really soon. And after that, we'll dive into the charts, take a look at the technicals, and see if this is actually supported. Most recently, we rebought Tesla at the 50-day moving average. For those of you that are not new to this channel, you know that I like to buy the dips at the major support levels. We are up 25% on that trade. We also have a few options plays working on Tesla, the most lucrative one being the 295-300 put spread that we sold on Tesla when it did drop to the 50-day moving average at around 360. Pretty easy trade, up 80% on that at the moment. If you want access to all of my trade alerts and all of my options plays, link is in the description below. We have a group of over 800 traders. And if you get anything out of this video, leave a big fat thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below if you're already in Tesla or if you plan on getting in soon. And also, since it's the beginning of a new month on this channel, we run sweepstakes every month where I will pick a random comment and go all in on that trade, whatever it is, whether it's an options or a stock trade. Leave it in the comment section below and I'll pick it at random and go all in. I have about $1,000 in this Webull account that I use for this purpose. The person that picked the sweepstakes last month actually picked Zoom and lucked out because they made about $300. So leave it in the comment section below. Let me know what stock or options trade you want me to get into, and if I pick it at random, then I will go all in on that trade. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So what are the reasons that Tesla can see all-time highs soon? Well, reason number 1 are the delivery numbers. Tesla usually releases its delivery numbers within a few days after the end of a quarter. Now, the last quarter ended at the end of September. We are now in October, and they usually do this around the 2nd or 3rd day after the quarter ends. Now, tomorrow on Friday, from the day of this recording being October 2nd, we are expecting that Tesla will release its delivery numbers tomorrow. And by all accounts, most analysts think Tesla will actually hit a record on this delivery day. Analysts are expecting around 140,000 vehicles delivered, which would mean a new record for Tesla in a quarter. Now, to me, this only makes sense because the second quarter deliveries, Tesla actually recorded 91,000 vehicles, and this was during the height of the pandemic, and nobody expected any sort of positive numbers coming out. So 140,000 vehicles should be achievable, especially considering that the auto industry is one of the industries that is seeing a slow reopening after the pandemic, and more cars are starting to be sold. Reason number 2, Tesla is reporting earnings on October 28th. Now, they beat out the last 4 earnings estimate. Now, based on their expected delivery numbers, which we just discussed, as well as their continuing sales of the regulatory credits, we expect Tesla to at least meet their earnings estimates, if not beat them. Now, speaking of earnings, once we take a look at the chart, I'll also go into a phenomenon that usually happens on these hype stocks before earnings, where we tend to see the rally before earnings and not really on earnings day or the day after. When there's a significant amount of interest in a company, and traders and analysts alike are following the company extremely closely and following its events and its releases, then any incremental amount of news or expectations leading up to an earnings event or some sort of binary event tends to generate a pre-event rally. Just like with Battery Day, we saw a healthy rally leading up to Battery Day, but then investors and traders started taking their profits on the day of the event. Same thing happens usually with earnings. Only if there is a significantly unexpected, unknown announcement on these event days do you typically see a major post-event rally. So again, earnings coming up on October 28th, and especially if the delivery numbers are met or beat, then we will likely see a pre-earnings rally. Reason number 3, a new business vertical. So I did a video a while back talking about some of the reasons why Tesla may be undervalued, and we focused on some lesser known business verticals such as Tesla Insurance, Robotaxi, etc., and not just the main focus of the vehicles themselves. Well, one thing we didn't focus on were the Tesla semi-trucks, and they have just secured a deal with Walmart. Elon Musk has been telling his staff to ramp up production on the Tesla semis because of obvious competition from companies such as Workhorse and Hyliion, and there's definitely a huge opportunity in that infant business vertical. And obviously Tesla is more well poised and suited to take on that opportunity because of the amount of cash that they currently generate and the profit that they turn already, as opposed to some of these companies that are basically startups. And reason number 4 is more speculative and arbitrary, but I believe if Tesla reports yet another quarter of positive earnings, then the S&P 500 committee cannot deny it entry anymore. They will have no reason to, essentially. It is up to them, but they won't have any reason to. You could make an argument that it was too early before because it came on the heels of the stock split and they didn't want to then hype the stock even further by including it in the S&P 500 right after the hype from the stock split. But the price has kind of had a chance to normalize, and again, if it reports yet another positive quarter of earnings, then I think they will likely get in before the end of the year. But this is purely speculative. Nobody knows for sure on the timing, but part of the reason that we buy stocks is to speculate. So, all right, time for your favorite part. Let's get into the charts and see what the charts say about Tesla's future price movements. All right, guys, there's so many juicy things here. I don't know where to start. So let's talk about the deliveries first. So these blue arrows here that you see here that I marked, there's one there, there's one there, there's one here, and then I marked one here. Well, these blue arrows basically signal the time that Tesla reported their deliveries. And if you see, going all the way back, even pre-pandemic, right after they report their deliveries, we see this post-delivery reporting run-up. We saw it in January, we saw it in April, and we saw it in July. And like I said, they are likely to report earnings on October 2nd. Now, another thing to note here is they strategically do it close to earnings. So these E's here on the chart, these E's represent the earnings dates, and you can see that they do it 2 to 3 weeks before earnings. And if they're positive, they will fuel that pre-earnings rally that I was talking about at the outset. So if the next delivery numbers reported are favorable, we could see another pre-earnings rally that would take us to at least all-time highs around 500 and maybe surpass that. Now that's first. Another thing of note is we retested the 50-day moving average. And if you're not new to this channel, you know that I always talk about blue chip stocks or momentum stocks retesting or testing the major moving averages as support, and that being a good indicator of a rebuy or a chance to get in. It's much better to get in at these retracements when they decline to these major moving averages or major support levels than it is to buy at the high. If you were comfortable buying at 500, then you should be comfortable buying at 360. And like I said, we are up 25% from the last rebuy. Another thing to note is Tesla is forming a double bottom, which this double bottom right here is actually a bullish pattern. It's an accumulation pattern. So not only do we have a double bottom, but it's a double bottom retest of the 50 moving average. Lastly, we have the RSI. The RSI is looking to be moving in a bullish direction. It had a chance to cool off after hitting the 500 mark, and you know we are range bound. It hit the level that it normally retraces to before we see another rally. So how should you be playing this? Well, I'm not a fan of buying at the high. I'm never a fan of buying at the high, and I always say buying the dips, buying the crashes, it alleviates most bad decisions in trading. I would much rather buy at a crash than buy at the high. And I always get the question, well, how do you know that it won't go down further? Well, you don't, but you are giving yourself a better chance to win, and you are buying at a major discount. Now, there are certain advanced things you could do, like selling a cash covered put, which we did on Apple, we did on Tesla, we did on a few other stocks. I recently did that on Hyliion as well. I did a whole video on cash covered puts. Check that out here. You could certainly buy now, but you are buying at $50 away from the all-time high. Again, not the most optimal play in my view, but I like to fade the market. I like to buy when everybody else is panic selling and sell when everybody else is FOMO buying at the top. One thing I'll be looking to do is sell another call spread way out of the money because the calls will likely be inflated if Tesla does see a rally to 500 or above. You would likely be getting decent premiums on something way out of the money, like at the $700 level. All right, that is it for Tesla. I will send all of my trades in the trading group. As I mentioned, if you want, sign up, link is below. We recently bought the dip on stocks like Qdell, Nikola, PagerDuty, all up. Spotify, Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix bought the dips on all of these as they retrace to major moving averages and are up a crazy amount so far. Nikola is up 36% in 3 days since we bought the dip after retrace to a major support level, as you see here. If you look at Qdell crashed to the 200-day moving average, which is where we bought. Very happy to pick this up for cheap, up around 66% on Qdell. Guys, get in the habit of buying the dips and the crashes and not buying the tops. Also, all of our option plays are working right now. Facebook, AMT, Tesla, STZ, You get all of my stocks, options, and crypto plays. You get to chat with the traders in the group as well. We talk strategies, how to trade options, entries, exits, watch lists, the whole thing. Really good value. Sign up. Link is in the description below. Join over 800 traders that we have so far. Again, leave it in the comment section below. Let me know how you're trading Tesla, and also give me a stocks or options trade that you want me to enter. As you can see here, the last person I entered Zoom at $352. We exited at $478, and the person whose comment I picked got to keep the whole amount. So leave it in the comment section below. If I pick your comment, I will go all in on the play that you choose, whatever it is. I mean, 1 month I bought Deutsche Bank, so it can't be that bad. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.